Wilder, they haven't shown us any type of proof. Does that mean that Deontay Wilder is afraid to show proof because he's afraid of the mob? He's afraid of Daniel Kinahan? He's afraid of the UK mobsters and Irish mobster? Is that what it is? Huh? I mean, that's a good question. Maybe this is the reason why the proof haven't come out. Or maybe this is the reason why he haven't sued a Tyson Fury or go after him with criminal charges. Maybe he's afraid. No, this is Paul, Drum Boxing, aka Mr. Moo. Shot himself. Not another good thing excuse. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, I thought we was getting over this, y'all. Yeah, I thought we was flipping a new page. Matter of fact, a new chapter. I mean, y'all already know 2020 in the sport of boxing was contaminated on the narrative, the excuse, the allegation, whatever y'all want to call it. The glove gate, the spiked water, you know, the costume. Of Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, right? Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder in the rematch. Beat him real bad. Now, there's a lot of people out there that just haven't coped with the loss. But now that we have a new blame game, like I said in the beginning, I thought that we was getting over this. Now there's a new blame game, that there's a new narrative, there's a new excuse, allegations, whatever you want to call it. MTK Global. MTK Global that advises and manages Tyson Fury. And, you know, there's mob or criminal activity that surrounded MTK. Thus, now the new blame game is to say that, oh, Mobs was affiliated with this fight. If Tyson Fury is in cahoots with the Daniel Kinahan of this, then this is the reason why this is the reason why he beat Deontay. That's the reason why he beat Deontay. It gotta be the mob. It gotta be something. I mean, because a lot of things, you know, the allegations and the excuses and stuff like that it just didn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people. It makes sense to the people that do believe it. But, you know, ain't nobody filed no criminal report or things of that nature. Ain't nobody going to jail. Nothing. They're still a champion. Tyson Fury is still a champion. And Deontay Wilder going to arbitration or mediation or trying to get the fight with the trilogy. Man, if I was dealing with the mob, I wouldn't even want to do anything with Tyson Fury. If I was me personally, if I was spiked with something knowing that somebody was trying to kill me, because when you spike somebody, when you roofie somebody, you're trying to do something, you want me to be dead. Let's be honest, let's be clear. I wouldn't even want a trilogy with Deontay Wilder. I wouldn't even want a trilogy with Tyson Fury. Matter of fact, with all the money I got, I'll probably do something else to those that was, you know, alleged affiliated with me wanting to die. But anyway, let's move on, yo. So, since people out there are coming out with this narrative and pushing this narrative right now, it's a new narrative, y'all, but they pushing it. So maybe let's keep it real. In the sport of boxing, we all know that the sport of boxing is very corrupted. We know that. We knew that coming in. We know that's as fans. But us as fans, we oversee that. We already know what's behind a lot of the stuff in the sport of boxing. We can't pinpoint it right there. We can't pinpoint it, but we know what's going on. We know the history of the sport of boxing, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. Come on, this is the sport of boxing. We all know this ish. But all of a sudden, it's like, oh my God, it's a mob. It's a mob. Come on, this is boxing. Stop. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. But you know what? Now that if we are going to be talking about this, let little Punch Drunk, you know, get his say-so up here. Let me put my senses together and really try to figure out what is really going on around here. You know, I'm a leader, not a follower, y'all. But let's say this. Maybe since people saying, yo, where's the proof, Deontay? What's the proof that Mark Breland spiked your water? Where's the proof of this? Where's the proof of this? And in the interview, you know, Mark Breland, the ex trainer of Deontay Wilder, had an interview a couple of days ago in the UK channel. followed up with Deontay Wilder the next day having an interview with 78. I see a little bit of inconsistency. I see a little bit of you know, I don't believe that Mark Breland was saying a lot. I don't even think that Mark Breland was saying anything really wrong. But I can understand that the Deontay Wilder side is saying, yo, but my man, yo, if you didn't feel like I was all that good, then why you stood around? You know what I'm saying? If you feel like I wasn't that good, why you stood around? Was you just riding? Was you just riding the wave to get a paycheck? I can understand that people say that. But also, we understand that Deontay Wilder is his own boss, right? He has to take accountability for the people that he puts and he hires for the best for him, And also, Deontay Wilder said that I am just paraphrasing, that you know, he grew out of his teaching. But you kept him there. You kept on paying him there because you feel like that you're close, that you're cool with him, that, you know, what else, that his health or whatever. Well, that's your responsibility. That's your accountability. You got to be accountability for that you couldn't grow with Mark Breland no more. And that's Mark Breland's accountability. That's saying, yo, but I couldn't do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to train, you didn't want to do nothing or whatever, but you stood there, you rolled the wave, you got paid or whatever. I think both of that partnership, when it comes to the training part, is both of them responsible for that. If Mark Breland, if you really love him like you say you do, then you would have told him the real truth, you know? But whatever. That's their partnership. That's the relationship. But let's move on to this MTK stuff, right? Let's move on to this MTK stuff. So now I'm gonna pose this question to y'all. Since they haven't shown us any type of proof, to the whole fans, Wilder, they haven't shown us any type of proof. Does that mean that Deontay Wilder is afraid to show proof because he's afraid of the mob? He's afraid of Daniel Kinahan? He's afraid of the UK mobsters and Irish mobster? Is that what it is? Huh? I mean, that's a good question. Maybe this is the reason why the proof haven't come out. Or maybe this is the reason why he haven't sued a Tyson Fury or go after him with criminal charges. Maybe he's afraid. Now, I'm just questioning it. I don't think that. I think Deontay Wilder is ex-world champion, bring the bronze medal to America. You know, one of the last champions. I respect Deontay Wilder to the fullest. I just think that people around them, this narrative, have make him look weak. That's what I believe. Has make them look weak, and I don't care a damn what anybody's saying. This whole thing has made Deontay Wilder look weak. But let's keep on moving. So, now, we acting like the mob, or this is not a corrupted sport. We all know it is. We all know it is. You know how you beat corruption, though? You beat it in the ring. You beat it in the ring. That's how I feel. And if it's so much corrupted, there's so much bad stuff between this Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. If I was Deontay Wilder, I wouldn't even want to be affiliated with Tyson Fury. I wouldn't want to be affiliated. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to do business. I don't want to break bread with you, because that's what you're doing. When you're doing it, when you fighting somebody else, you're breaking bread. I don't want to break bread with you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to this, because, you know, it's actually dangerous. It's dangerous to mess with you. You know, I don't want to get cheated with the glove. MTK, they got a lot of power now. They're infiltrating into America, the America industry and the sport of boxing. No, I don't want to deal with that. So this is the new narrative. Now the new narrative that the mob is the one that, you know, is the reason why Deontay Wilder lost. I'm just speaking about the narratives out there. I mean, we can't even get past all these allegations and excuses and just talk about technique and what Deontay Wilder could go back into the gym and do to prepare himself for his next fight, whether it's Martin, whether it's somebody else, whether it's Tyson Fury himself. We can't even talk because we have all these bunch of the damn excuses in the sport of boxing and the YTBC or whatever independent media that we can't even pass all of this. Huh? I mean, is that helping Wilder? No, it's not helping Wilder. It's not helping. Why? It's not helping the brand of Wilder. We're heading to a part, and it's so sad and it's so unfortunate that his legacy is going to be what? Because it's so much. We're dealing with this for a year. Are we going to go a whole 2021 dealing with this? Hey, Look, MTK seems like they're doing a good job. They're signing a lot of fighters like Victor Ortiz and I mean Virgil Ortiz and who else they signed? I believe they signed Progress, Maurice Hooker. They got Michael Conlon. They got a lot of people were signing. Or maybe I'm gonna pose this question. Maybe MTK is signing a lot of fighters, and that's keeping them away from signing with Al Heyman. And maybe Deontay Wilder is cool with Al Heyman. And maybe this is a way of discrediting MTK for these fighters in America not to sign with MTK Global. Maybe that's a question we need to ask ourselves, because you know that MTK is snatching a lot of fighters. Maybe messing up the business of Al Heyman. I'm just saying. I'm just questioning. I'm just putting it out there, folks. Don't take me for my word. I'm just asking a question. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe there's a lot of jealousy. And since the fighters are the only one that could protect Al Heyman, because you all know that Al Heyman is a ghost. He's not going to show up. He's not going to do no interviews. This is one way to discredit MTK for fighters to be scared in America to sign with MTK. Maybe that's what it is. In the end of the day, this is what we know. This is what we saw. And this is speaking from a Deontay Wilder fan. Not these type of delusional spreading the narrative or whatever you want to call it. This is what I know. That this is what I saw. And this is what I've seen. That Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury on that rematch. That Deontay Wilder, his preparation, in my opinion, wasn't up to par to really do damage to Tyson Fury. He was falling for every feint. That's number one. He came in a weight that he's not accustomed to carrying that type of weight, meaning 20 plus pounds overweight. You put 20 pounds, muscle or fat, you're not going to look the same. You're not going to be able to move the same because that's new. That's your body. You're not accustomed to moving with an extra 20 pounds. I believe that Deontay Wilder should have stood, 217, just should have stood his natural self because he's a freak of nature. The corner didn't make sense. They was arguing amongst each other, JD and Mark Breland. Deontay Wilder said himself he didn't feel right. He didn't feel right. There's people out there right now going to other panels saying that that we knew that Mark Breland he wasn't happy. Maybe he wasn't happy because he wasn't happy with the first performance with Tyson Fury. Maybe he wasn't happy with the performance with Luis Ortiz, even though he knocked him out, but he was losing every round. See, he's a real trainer, and he knows what the hell he's seeing. He knows what the hell he's doing to the point where he's not supposed to be happy. I'm gonna tell you like this: Andre Rozier was not happy with Edgar Berlanga, and the last time that he trained him and he knocked him out, he hadn't made him do push-ups. It doesn't matter. A trainer wants his fighters to be better, knows his expectations. He's the one that's not supposed to be happy. Y'all around him, y'all could be happy all y'all want. But he sees something. He's the fighter. He's the one that's respected. He's the one that's highly respected in that corner. He's the one that's highly respected in that camp. So, you're going to see a new wave of this new narrative. Now is the mob's fault. Now it's MTK. Now it's Daniel Kenneham and Tyson Fury and the partnership. And this is what happened. So let me know what y'all think. Because this is going to be an ongoing story. I'm going to go live tomorrow. We can chop it up. I just want Deontay Wilder to get back in the ring. Not in the ring, in training camp. Sharpen up the tools. Implement a new game plan. Just get better. Knock out your next opponent. Win and then get the trilogy. That's all I want. That's all we want. But y'all could keep on overshadowing with a bunch of shenanigans. At the end of the day, Deontay Wilder's end game is to get the fight. I think we should be focused on the fight. But go ahead. Spin the narrative, y'all. This is Punch Run Boxing. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Get my updated videos. Let me know what y'all feel.